Так, это кабинет воскресенья, да? Мне нравится его атака. Раз щелчок, два щелчок, три щелчок. И как бы я не говорил, что он наркоманный, но дизайн у него отпадный. И в принципе мне нравится. Я думал, двери откроются и сразу какая-нибудь консцена, а тут он просто стоит. Большой у тебя офис. Сундук. Я надеюсь, ты не против воскресенья? Вроде бы больше ничего.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC ambassador.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday. However, this is no way to greet a guest.
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. Before we speak, I need to test your
Он
character.
игрок, картежник,
I imagine
мошенник.
this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help, yes?
Всезнайка.
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do. He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties, hasn't he?
Yes. The doctor has assured me of your noble character.
Благородным.
He considers you, like himself, a virtuous person who can be trusted by the family. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. The fact that you succeeded in overcoming many obstacles just to meet me gave me the reason to believe in your wisdom and courage.
Когда ты там игровым будешь?
But
Когда тебе там
there's
скипать?
one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be, witnessing a tragedy that shouldn't have happened.
Встретили не того человека.
You
Это
don't
он
look
про
too
зарянку.
well. Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious accusation against the family.
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is creeping in around
Это
you.
ты своими глазами видишь мрак
There's
этот?
no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune since she returned to Penacony. What's more disheartening, she can't
Ну,
sing.
я думаю, не обязательно уточнять вот
Who could be
это.
responsible for this?
Игроки не
Many
глупые.
suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but I know you hold a different opinion. Now your noble status has
Разборки в
become a
семье, что ли?
shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb. But don't worry, I'm on your side.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine. Since you're so selfless and generous, I believe you wouldn't ask for anything in return, would you?
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal items under the family's custody, the bag of gift money, and...
The box in which the cornerstone is stored.
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the preservation emanator.
Чего? Стоп, эманатор сохранения?
Every liquidation specialist holds one.
10 каменных сердец. Это поэтому у него на груди сердце подобие. Хотя это пики, по сути. священный камень, наделяющий людей особой силой и запечатавший эманатора Эона сохранения. Мне кажется, тут немного некорректно локализовано. И запечатавший эманатора Эона сохранения. Это будто бы по отношению именно к человеку надо применять. Ну ладно, нету оригинального текста, поэтому я не могу нормально.
It probably comes at an even higher price than other forms of recompense.
А, точно, забыл.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring the truth to light.
Mr. Aventurine, when you are out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Немного просветили нас в моде.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. You should make sure everything is presentable and in order before leaving the house. I'm not the kind that takes risks. The cornerstone must be in the custody of the family.
No room for negotiation?
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip.
Погоди, о каком галстуке вы говорите? Тут нету галстука.
It's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can give you your gift money, but before that, I want you to tell me.
Чего, деньги или что?
The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
Это что за заклинание?
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next, you have 113 seconds to prove your innocence and gain my trust.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you. Question: do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to
Я так
poverty.
понимаю, все-таки авантюрин эманатор сохранения получается.
Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Интересный вопрос.
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes. You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
Сейчас это делаешь ты.
Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
Нет,
No.
он же жив.
Are you your clan's sole survivor? wish to destroy this world with your own hands.
Он не должен этого желать. Он идет по пути сохранения.
I don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine Stone is safe and sound in this box?
Чего? Можно еще раз текст? Стоп. Я хочу еще раз это прочитать. Можете ли вы поклясться, что в этот самый момент Авантюрин находится в целости и сохранности в этой шкатулке? О! Авантюрин с большой буквы. Поэтому это обращение не к человеку. Авантюрин. Это получается название какого-то предмета внутри этой шкатулки. Это тот камень, который дает тебе силы эманатора. Я так понимаю.
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance to defend your honor.
Под салфеткой.
Please.
Что-то не так.
Are these what you're looking for?
Два каких-то камня, я так понимаю, желтые, это именно... Ладно.
Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
Рацио предал Авантюрина.
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the pursuit of knowledge above all.
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of petty pride.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that, besides the family, no other faction is willing to share such information.
Cut to the chase. What do you need from me?
I need Mr. Aventurine's comprehensive plan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly then.
А эти 10 шишек в их число входит топаз?
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine surrendered. Was it really his?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone. The 10 Stonehearts aren't as united as you think. Cornerstones are significantly more precious to them than their very own lives.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more cautious I must be.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink.
Это
Bring
да.
it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. but I happen to be among them.
Но воскресенье рычаг давления заимел на Авантюрина. А Авантюрин, конечно, будет пытаться выйти из этого положения, но посмотрим, как он выйдет из этого. Рацио его предал.
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
А чей это камень тогда?
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klepoth's body.
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, granting them an unparalleled radiance. And this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Adventuring.
Это ее
It
камень?
belongs to Topaz.
Ну, спасибо, что ответили, что она одна из 10.
Do you wish to confront him?
Not at the moment. I'm more interested to know the location of his
Да,
cornerstone.
перед сделкой надо.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that cornerstone has been in your hands from the very beginning.
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels, disguised as a gift of money waiting to be confiscated. Is indeed
Спрятать
in
самое
line with Mr.
дорогое.
Aventurin's style.
Точнее, спрятать драгоценный камень в драгоценных камнях. Иголка в стоге сена получается.
This is a gamble, one he's all too familiar with, betting on your single misstep, leading to a total loss.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. The family will surely
Благородного,
reward a
вы
righteous
сделку
person like you.
заключили. Вы ему теперь обязаны данные отдать.
I hope he retreats in humiliation. It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career.
Ratio, you wretch.
Finally shown your true colors, huh?
А разве КММ Рацио не исключит?
You
Ему там
currently
какой-нибудь
only have
штраф
17 system
не
hours
даст?
left to live. Treasure your remaining time and savor the delectable aftertaste of defeat.
You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly.
What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehoods, transforming the consecration into a trial. I genuinely see no reason to absolve you from it.
Но он же, по сути, не на все вопросы ответил правдой, нет? Камень был в этой комнате. Какие там еще вопросы? Про Авгинов я, конечно, не знаю, но что касается камня, по крайней мере... Ладно.
Is this what the harmony represents? But is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent, but I have seen your resilient spirit, and thus I offer you the possibility of a new beginning. Throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape, or contact any of your companions. You only have 2 paths before you, and it all depends on whether you can complete my test within the time limit. Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 17 system hours. When the time comes, compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That is
Они несколько похожи, но при этом я, пожалуй, на стороне Авантюрина, поскольку Воскресенье выглядит более коварным, чем Авантюрин. Авантюрин прям игрок. А вот Воскресенье это какой-то бизнесмен, который сделает все. Ну,
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag of worthless jewels for everything you need. That's what gamblers excel at, isn't it? Off you go, Mr. Aventurine. You are free. I will wait here for your good news.
он даже багаж не забрал. Кстати, что это за птица?
An interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out.
Он намекает на то, что он как-то связан с убийством? Или он знал о том, что она
By
умрет?
the way, before you go, I have a personal question.
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Но он же ответил, что не знает.
Kakavasha! Where did you go? Oh, are you injured?
I got it back, sister.
Так, какова ча это Авантюрин, я так понимаю.
That's too dangerous. It's just a necklace. It's neither food nor water. We can survive without it. But I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to look for those catechins again, okay?
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart. I played a game with them, and I won.
One? What happened exactly? Tell me.
I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die first? I won. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fair and
Он
square.
просто убил двух птиц или что?
Of course you'd win. You've always been a lucky child. Gayatha Triclops must be watching over you. But that's no reason to push your luck by going up against those bloodthirsty, cruel catechins. Have you forgotten how Mom and Dad...
Они сироты.
Look, this is just a necklace. But Kakavasha, you are my only family.
I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy. Because Mom left you this necklace. There'll be no next time.
It is important, but not as important as you, my dearest brother. I don't blame you, but you must remember what Mom said. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gayatri Triclops. She has also granted us a chance. And that's your good luck, Akavasha. Your good luck is the most precious wealth we, all Avgin, have. You're a child blessed by Gayatri Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember to protect yourself and never resent the pain and poverty you're going through. All right? Listen to me and swear to Gayatri Triclops.
Okay. We'll swear to Gayatri Triclops to protect this wealth. But sister, if Gayatri Triclops was really watching over us, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the Catechins' land only to prepare for Gayatri Triclops' offerings. And where was Gayatri Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gayatri Triclops' forgiveness under her breath until the moment she closed her eyes. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. If every rainpour was Gayatri Triclops' forgiveness and grace, then how bad were our sins? So much so that we were born in this world of death?
Excuse me. I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives. The photo you provided also doesn't show any matches.
Just as I thought. I'd like to ask, what kind of traces do people leave when they enter a dream?
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor physiological indicators, such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels, and body temperature in real time. This data will be included in statistics and handed over to the family for the screening of any data anomalies. Immediate action will be taken once any illegal behavior is detected. I apologize. The hotel does not have access. This information is managed by the Bloodhound family. We can only gain access if there's a problem.
Looks like nothing can be found here.
At least we know who to look for next. We can ask the Bloodhound family for information. Thank you for your
Где
assistance,
местная
Miss Allen.
Росомаха?
By the way, is Miss Robin doing fine? We are looking forward to her performance.
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The preparations for the Charmony Festival have been proceeding smoothly, so I guess things are pretty good. I believe she will be able to put on a spectacular show for all of you.
I'm sure. Sure enough, no one knows about Miss Robin. I'm not surprised. But that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. There's no information on her in the hotel system. Even if she's a stowaway, she should have a disguised identity after entering the planet.
Ну,
She's
она же
also
мастер
known for her
иллюзий.
legacy. How is she going to sneak into the dreamscape unnoticed?
Is there any other way to enter a dream? Besides the hotel room's dream pool?
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. In the memory zone of Penacony, they thrive effortlessly.
Так я же про охотников
The fact proven
спросил,
to
а
us
не
by
про
Black Swan.
хранителей.
The hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the Dreamscape Hotel's seal. According to the scene witnessed by her, it is likely that they are behind Miss Firefly's case.
The Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters. Both are possible, but what about the IPC? Since they want
Да,
Pentagon
уже
for
никакого плана
themselves, they're
нету.
bound to have a
Благодаря
plan.
Рацио.
Who are you guys?
The Bravo team has arrived at their designated position, ready to execute armed evacuation
На каком
operation.
основании?
Boss, get moved!
Armed evacuation? Boss, are you drunk?
What do you know? It's more efficient this way. Just don't let the director find out. Act first, report later.
Help! Help me! I spent all my year-end book.
Hey, check it out. That voice. Could it be the IPC
The boss?
workers from...
To all guests, the IPC will be conducting special operations within the hotel.
I'll request a
Да.
beating for you lot. You've been told not to drink during work hours. Take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident report should be written.
Она, кстати, должна быть очень недовольна. Хотя она, по идее, еще не знает, то, что ее камень
Never thought I'd run into you on Penacony.
уже в руках Воскресенья. И его не вернуть.
Long time no see, Astral Express crew. Aventurine has told me a lot about your happenings. Huh? It's fine. Do as they ask and try to avoid any conflicts with the family. Report to me before taking any action. Yes, all right.
Я удивлен, то, что Топаз тут
As you
появилась.
see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Cordiality from the family is a mere facade. The former frontier prison has turned around and cuffed its shackles on the IPC staff now. Only Aventurine, who carries an invitation, is allowed to attend the banquet. An entourage like us, we can only sit around in the reality hotel, unauthorized to even enter dreams.
Есть ли у Авантюрин
No
какой-нибудь
wonder
резервный
Aventurine
способ
scrambling to
связаться с
partner up
Топаз?
with someone. The
Чтобы
IPC can't
рассказать,
back
что
him up in the
случилось.
dreamscape.
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear. You're all helping to investigate some dirt on the family, are you not? Let me know if you need anything outside the dreamscape. The IPC always treats its partners well.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify some intel. Perhaps you've had dealings with them?
Yep, they're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? It'll take the spotlight off me. Being constantly stared at is really uncomfortable. How does it feel to be in business with Aventurine? I bet you're not used to it. That's just his style. All or nothing is his mantra. He's always cozying up to his clients while egging them on to undertake some dangerous assignment with him. But everyone has their merits, so I won't comment further. But Aventurine's luck has always been good. He's always closed all his cases without a hitch and basically never lost a gamble. Which is why, on the issue of retaking Penacony, I'm watching with keen interest. Of course. It's business after all. What's important is where you're seated at the table. As for the two cases, apologies, but I don't have much info on them either. All I can do is ask you to keep digging for more details.
Интересно, она будет дальше фигурировать? Допустим, зайдет ли в мир грез и там будет помогать?
We're carrying out our captain's orders. What do you want?
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else. surveilling the IPC executive Topaz, ensuring that she stays put at the Reverie Hotel during her time on Penacony. We've got the right one this time.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after Firefly at the time.
It's you again. Back for more trouble? We're not afraid of you this time.
Well, spit it out. Stop bothering us if you've nothing important.
So you know each other. Why do you keep running into people you've beaten up before? That's right. We're investigating a murder for the family. Can we speak to your captain about the case?
Well...
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to shut their traps before he returned from Dream's Edge. What murder? You'd better stop spouting nonsense.
Yeah, that's right. We have nothing to
Так я не
report.
говорил про убийство
Please
ничего.
leave.
Я просто сказал то, что
Looks
надо
like they're not going to
переговорить
cooperate.
с
But they did at least tell
начальством.
us that the captain is at Dream's Edge.
Why don't we just look for the security officer then? It's probably Gallagher, the one she mentioned, right? Such tight security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well. Gallagher. Gallagher. Where could he be?
Dreams are supposed to be
Just as I thought.
Apologies. The Bloodhound family is running an investigation up. Hold on a minute. I think I've seen you before. The gray-haired one.
How much trouble have you stirred up exactly on Penacony?
Ау.
Not possible. It was you the last time, yelling about some clockwork friendship while beating me up with that silver-haired girl.
Он сам виноват.
I'm not letting you get by this time. Please leave, or I'll have to get on my knees and beg you.
Huh? What kind of heinous crime have you committed now?
Hold on, sir. We have documents authorized by the family that would aid your investigation. If it wouldn't trouble you, could we see this Mr. Gallagher?
Who exactly is this Gallagher you keep talking about? There've been a few people mentioning this name. Even the one with the gray hair.
Там
He
вот.
didn't send you all here?
It was the security officer who dispatched us. That's all I can divulge.
He'll do. He's the one we've been looking for.
Sorry, no can do. The boss said that since it's a matter of the family's reputation, no one's allowed through. Everyone, please leave. There's really no...
We're really sorry for troubling you. Let's think of another way.
В смысле, он там, я его видел.
Another way. That's it. Didn't they say something about... Can you perform it again? That... It's not bad if we're resolved. Please?
Sorry. Everyone, please...
Ладно.
Sorry. Everyone... You...
Sorry, but human lives and the family's reputation are...
No? Do I really have to get down on my knees? I Oh, you don't. If that's the case, I'll just have to acquiesce to everyone's wishes.
No.
Looks like he still doesn't want to.
Let me see. Whoa! It's time to clock out! And no.
Huh?
This clockwork trick of yours.
At least he won't be getting in our way again. Let's go find that Gallagher and ask him the intricacies of the case.
Что в тот раз Галахера не признали, что сейчас?
Oh, it's you guys. Welcome.
Ты кто такой?
Since you made it here,
В
what can I do
итогу-то
for you?
детектив?
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir. Judging from your tone, it sounds like you were expecting us.
Miss Himiko, you're too polite. There's no need to call me sir.
Mr. Gallagher, you even know my name.
Of course I do. You folks are from the legendary Astral Express and honorable guests of the Watchmaker. I had an encounter with this lady in the golden hour. I remember that little silver-haired girl was there too. I'm sorry for what happened.
Так, он знает об убийстве.
This is also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't just overlook the death of that child. So we've decided to help the family get to the bottom of it, in the hopes of getting justice for her.
The Nameless involved with the family. What an
ты
unpredictable
думал,
twist of fate.
Что, с авантюрином будем?
What's wrong with the family?
It's nothing. On Penacony, everyone loves the family.
Как я понимаю, в семье
No matter
какой-то
how much one
раскол
resists the
происходит.
beautiful dream, when
Произошел.
the time comes, they too will find it hard to let go. Who wants to leave a warm nest? Just idiots, little kids, and inebriated fools.
Mr. Gallagher seems to be getting at something.
But you got it wrong. I'm not. You want to discuss the case? Sure, come with me. This is not a good place to talk. Let's go elsewhere.
В другой стороне? Или это я Херон сейчас? Или имеется в виду авантюрин, хотя загрузка не та. К тому же там ему и сейчас 17 часов что-то делать.
Even after that
Да,
chilling
Вильта и Херон
tragedy,
все-таки.
this dream is still running effortlessly. Other than the family of the Harmony, it's hard to imagine any other power in the universe that could sustain a building of such magnitude.
The family itself is a huge, perfect building, like a living idol. Each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core and a shared ideal. Under their command, they loyally fulfill their roles, offering themselves while also receiving sustenance in return.
Interesting analogy. Perhaps that's why Penacony's beautiful dream has persisted for so long.
But the human body has its limits, and so does the divine's.
That doesn't sound like the kind of comment a Galaxy Ranger would make.
Just pointing out the facts. Mr. Yang will definitely have a better sense of what's going on than I do.
Why do you say that, Miss Acheron?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular visitor. Its collapse stems from a certain inevitability of human nature. The family refuses to acknowledge this, and it has ultimately
Жадности,
backfired
что ли, или какой черты человечества?
as people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences and pain cease to exist, and only ease and pleasure prevail. They draw closer and closer to necrosis. Regardless of the perceived bliss, death looms as the inevitable conclusion. Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread, One piece of the puzzle's mutation will eventually cause the entire building to shake, break, and crumble.
In the end, the dreams that people built in the name of freedom became the cage that imprisoned them. I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip, Miss Acheron. Are you willing to share your findings with me?
Of course. That's if I remember. Don't mind me. It's just a habit. Owing to events in the past, I've become easily forgetful. It's only when this sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer.
Take your time.
That should do it. I vividly remember everything that occurred on Penacony. Ask away.
The moment of daybreak. I've heard that's where the Dawn Factory, which processes the foundation of the dreamscape, is located.
Behind the dreamscape's song and dance stand many imagination factories. Workers create all kinds of whimsical works day in and day out in their dreams. Then they return to reality and sleep on
Рабский
a narrow
труд.
bed in a room.
Осуждаю.
A far cry from luxury. They say it will suffice. Experiencing the bizarre and motley dreamscape is the best reward. There I encountered a young woman who had just come of age. The perfect time to indulge in beautiful dreams. Her greatest wish was to one day move to the golden hour and see the magnificent garments she had woven with her own hands. For certain reasons, her wish was difficult to fulfill. But I managed to bring her a garment.
Gilded Hour. It's said to be Penacony's currency center.
Yes. It is a fortress-like financial city, the economic heart of the dreamscape. The Pepeshi people of the Alfalfa family are there to keep it running, sending blood that is made from money everywhere on Penacony. Everyone there is exquisitely dressed and always in a hurry. The greatest wish of the local Pepeshi people is for their future generations to work in the Gilded Hour. I've never met anyone who is willing to talk. I could only stand at the crossroads, watching crowds of people hurrying like the wind through the jungle of steel, only to deposit the alfalfa credits that they'd earned into the bank.
Люцерний — это, получается,
I don't
валюта
know if they would
местная.
open the vault's door, but before I left, I witnessed a well-dressed Pepeshi person plummet from the sky, while those around him continued on their way, unfazed.
I hear the Blue Hour is very romantic. Do you have any tales to share?
Perhaps Mr. Yang has heard. There is a large boat called the Eventide, anchored along the Sea of Dreams, where soft music and dancing persist endlessly every night. I ran into a wizened lady there. She was at the dock, waiting for her long-departed lover to return, waiting for countless hours within time that stood still. In the humid sea breeze, she spoke of her own youth. Like many who desired wealth and love, they came to Penacony to pursue their dreams. Alas, her lover's consciousness was lost in the dark depths of the Sea of Dreams. Finally, she suggested we continue our conversation on a boat in the shallows. I agreed and boarded the boat with her. But she never said anything. Her eyes absent-mindedly gazing at the horizon for what seemed like forever.
А сколько Ахерон тут находится? Просто она все вот это узнает, и я не думаю, что она тут пару недель. Месяц минимум. Минимум, я думаю.
My companions have been there too.
Then you all must have seen those who are attempting to realize their dreams. Or have realized them. Scattering money as if it were dust and betting it on all or nothing. Everything has a price, and everything can be bought or sold. Even dreams themselves.
Рацио тому
I
примеру.
saw an Intellitron there who was preparing to auction himself. When someone wins a bid under stipulated periods and rules, he would do the buyer's every bidding, becoming that person's very possession. That Intellitron had been auctioned off a dozen times, and I participated in his 13th. That was the grandest banquet I had ever attended. But never again did anyone cast another glance at him. This time around, there were no successful bids for him. This is what I've seen and heard along the way. Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this a long time ago.
Это она про
Nor
тюрьму?
should it be. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities. Watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people. Where the spirits of the rich and impoverished remain forever fixed on their own scales. This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful dream is inevitable.
There might be a way to change everything.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if this is precisely why life chooses to slumber, should we still seek to change it?
Зачем просыпаться и жить в серой реальности, когда можно погрузиться в золотой, прекрасный сон? Да?
Miss Acheron, now it's my turn to share a story with you.
Ой.
There was a man from my homeland who, at a time when the world was grappling with deep,
Он про
unhealable
Отто, я
pain,
так понимаю.
made a choice. He wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself. From this, he created a giant, a spiritual
Я
atom.
так понимаю, он о событиях
And since
Honkai
that
Impact
moment,
говорит.
the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. As a price, those who found it hard to move forward, who could not advance, forever lost their future. They slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in the man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those people who wished not to awaken that this spiritual atom became unbreakable.
And yet, you stand here right now, which also means that man failed.
Because people must always move towards the future. Even if human weaknesses make them pause when they truly cannot move forward, humanity will eventually seek a way to save itself. And that man, he was never a failure. Like everyone in that world, he etched the possibilities of human nature into his heart. He was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky and embracing his final victory with his fall. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings would melt because of it, only for him to fall into the sea. And after that, countless others would surpass him, soaring to even greater heights.
A fitting metaphor for the Nameless's trailblazing spirit. Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar, yet different worlds. In these worlds, there are innumerable people who look alike, yet don't. I, too, have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar faces on different worlds, witnessing their destinies follow paths similar to mine. So I will tell you, even if not completely similar. The story you just told. It overlaps with my past. And within that abyssal dream, I ended that man's life. Alone. I am not who you think I am. Nor will my home be as fortunate as your world.
I am sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as I can alleviate your suspicions.
Интересно. Я не очень много играла в Honkai Impact, но там вообще знают о других мирах. Здесь, судя по всему, может быть, даже когда-нибудь в мир Honkai Impact можно будет попасть, хотя вряд ли. Это типа, наверное, аналогия, что было бы, если бы Мэй была одна, без Кианы и без Брони и остальных. Если бы она все делала в одиночку. Ладно, это
There's
все мои
something I
домыслы.
still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that representation of the hunt, exactly what sort of power is it that has motivated your solitary journey?
Motivation.
Mr. Yang, before answering that question, I wish to continue the previous topic. I like your analogy very much. Indeed,
Вообще,
birds are born to
достаточно
fly,
интересный диалог
but in a
двух
distant
путешественников
past,
по
their
разным
ancestors
мирам.
could only gaze at the sky in envy.
Один из которых видит в другом часть своего прошлого, либо же человека из прошлого.
They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky, attempting to touch its ceiling, all because the sun was there. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky, only to realize that the end of the light is not the sun, but
Бытие,
darkness?
да.
Then why, exactly, do we even walk towards the light?
Просто бесконечный поток диалогов, но они хотя бы интересные. Констанция?
Long time no see. Having fun on Penacony? Acheron?
Опа-на.
This voice, it's not Constance. Could it be her companion?
Она все-таки в номере
I
Ахерон.
don't know exactly what you are.
Это Будхилл, что ли? Подожди.
My bullets will find
Да.
you. Until then, you best find a casket store on Penacony and ask the owner to reserve a good quality casket for you, imposter.
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's tracking Acheron too. Who are you?
Huh? Did I make a mistake? Who the heck are you?
I'm the Garden of Recollection's memo keeper.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like. You that imposter's bodyguard? Never mind.
Вот и решил, что это телохранитель ее.
So get that forehead clean and wait for me.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, yes? I have something to ask you.
Are you asking me to write your will? Sure. Go ahead.
Not quite. I only want to ask, how exactly did she become a Galaxy Ranger? She's clearly not a path strider of the Hunt, but you are, aren't you? Tell me, what's Acheron's deal?
Sure. Heck, never thought I'd come across an ally. What a stroke of luck. Well, I'll be on Penacony soon. Memo keeper, go buy a bottle of Donna's white oak and warm it up, and I'll raise a glass to you. That lady's passed. Well, nobody knows. But if all you want is a simple answer, sure.
Вы не говорите, что сейчас будет черный экран и другая сцена.
That woman named Acheron.
Вот это троеточие меня... Слава богу. Не положено существовать. И возвращаемся к авантюрину. Так.
You look pale. Or is that also part of your act?
I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show yourself.
I thought this was exactly what you wanted. After all, I faithfully fulfilled my duties as you instructed. Just tell me if you can't hold on any longer.
So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my Undertaker now. What an honor.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure the people at the Strategic Investment Department would love to be notified of your death in due time. But let's not forget, you won't be seeing them, because I'm the manager of this task.
Great. Then tell your people that Aventurine is ready to go in 17 system hours.
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How exactly do you plan on completing your task while your hands are tied by the Harmony?
My conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family, and that they hold the secrets of Penacony. So, I took the opportunity to set everything in motion. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone this smoothly since I walked through the doors of the Reverie. Now I'm only one step away from victory. Let's just wait and see.
Sounds like a very elaborate way of saying that you failed.
That's all I can say. Have you forgotten, Doctor? You betrayed me. Go. Do what you must. I look forward to the sight of the IPC fleet surrounding Penacony. You've achieved what you desired, haven't you?
That's true, but what's your plan? Did you conceal an orbital support beacon in that gift money bag?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out cash even when I'm about to bite the dust.
You are indeed a gambler. An insane one at that.
Maybe I am. Who knows?
Fine. Here, take this. Open it when you're on your last legs. You'll thank me.
Маяк телепортации какой-нибудь.
What's this? Medical advice? You catch on pretty fast, Doctor.
Каким образом он исчез?
Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. How typical of you, you wing-headed scoundrel. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway, it's just as I guessed it would be. As for now, let the rain of wealth from the IPC fall evenly on everyone.
Would you be willing to support my performance? And keep the Song of Beauty alive in the cosmos? Wow, how fabulous! But why would you give such a wonderful gift to a random stranger?
Well, you see, I can't bear to see anyone in this sweet dream
Он
suffering from
хочет сломать экономику.
That's
Или что?
incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, sir. If you ever get the chance, please
Вряд ли он
feel free
сломает
to come by and
экономику.
indulge in my singing.
Sure thing. Oh, by the way, do you happen to know anything interesting about death?
Death? That's a pretty scary topic, and it doesn't really match the mood of this sweet dream.
Как-то слишком подозрительно, не находишь?
Oh, you see, I'm a tabloid reporter collecting ghost stories in Penacony. As you know, the more chilling the
Окей.
stories, the more attention they get.
Плохой
Maybe
предлог
you could
придумал.
help me out.
Well, if you're up for some gossip, it's not about death, but there have been some rumors about a guest at the reality hotel who fell into a deep sleep and didn't wake up. It was like they were in some sort of coma. Nobody knows what caused it, but luckily the customer eventually regained consciousness. Well, all customers are under the protection of the family, after all.
Thank you. This will make for a very juicy headline. May Shibe protect us. Unexplained coma. That's actually what happens to your body if your brain dies in a dream. But unfortunately, the customer ended up waking up in the end. I can feel something inside my head. Is the harmony starting to kick in?
The world has truly lost its way. You wait. I get it now. This is some sort of prank show, right? You must have some cameras set up around here to film yourself doing good
Забавно.
deeds, right?
Мне такие видосы тоже попадались.
Youngsters are always looking for a quick way to get an audience. But you know what? A truly great show never comes easy.
A great show will start soon, old man. But before that, I need to ask you something. Do you know where I can find death in this dream?
Ah, I see. Another fearless youngster looking for death, huh? Well, let me give you a piece of advice. Don't think you're the first one who's ever thought of that idea. Death? Not even remotely innovative. I bought it from Dr. Edward. He claimed it was some exclusive fancy schmancy stuff. Now, what a disappointment. The effects were awful. First, some monster covered in eyes stabs you in the gut, and then all you see are blurry glimpses of buildings and lights. The sky was spinning so fast it almost made me puke.
Is that all?
Yeah, what else can you expect? Don't put too much stock in the Penacony movie industry. They even call this junk groundbreaking art. Can you believe it?
What a joke. Well, I'll leave you be then. I hope you have a wonderful day. A monster covered in eyes. That sounds like the Memory Zone meme. But buildings and lights... I don't think those have anything to do with death. Well, that whole dream bubble was probably created using rumors and gossip. The disturbing voice in my head. It's getting closer.
A sip of liquor. A blissful reprieve. To drown 1,000 sorrows. Let worries leave. I know I have what it takes to become a poet. Oh? You're giving these gems to me? Didn't expect to meet such a generous soul in this place. Or are you just pitying me? Well, it really doesn't matter. As long as I have Soul Glad, that's enough. This is just a dream after all.
You really shouldn't drink so much Soul Glad, my friend. It's not good for your health.
Oh? Maybe I really should quit. But not before meeting the Devil of Soul Glad.
The Devil of Soul Glad? Care to elaborate?
Yeah. It's a seahorse with a long neck. They say it loves to appear to drunk people, especially the ones who are passed out on the side of the road. How funny.
Yeah. Very funny indeed. Thank you. Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family? Darn it. Now I just want to dig out my brain and use it as
Он настолько
evidence.
хочет разрушить это место.
Take care, my friend. If you ever find yourself in danger, remember that the hounds are always ready to help. You don't look good, my friend. If you need assistance, I can contact the hotel and have them wake you up forcefully.
That won't be necessary. I have some business to attend to. But thank you all the same.
All right, then. If you ever need help, don't hesitate to reach out to us hounds.
Well, actually, I do need a favor. As the most outstanding hound in Penacony, have you come across any stowaways recently?
Stowaways? How could there be stowaways in Penacony? We've never had anything like that before.
All right. Good luck with your work. What was I even thinking? Family would never share intel with the IPC.
О, пипешка.
You want to talk to me? Sure, but nothing too sensitive, okay?
Это какие, к примеру?
Wealthy people have fancy ways to enjoy this dream. But to be honest, I've never seen anyone who gives out money to others like you. So, are you trying to be the prince from the tale, handing out his gold leaf garment and melting his lead heart in the fire?
I'm flattered. I'm no prince, and I just thought these gems would help you speak. So, as an investigative reporter, maybe you've heard something about death?
Ah, another curious soul. I see. Well, that was actually the topic I was most into when I entered the industry. But my boss shut it down.
How did your boss talk you out of it?
Well, she simply said, covering baseless urban legends like that would make us look like some third-rate tabloid. I thought about it, and she had a point. Reporting on stuff like blowing out birthday candles and getting spooked by nightmare ghosts isn't exactly professional material.
Guess she's got a point. Thank you for sharing.
Ему придется 17 часов боль терпеть головную.
Were you wanting to talk to me? Sorry, I thought you were checking out something behind me. Is this a gift? For me? Are you sure this isn't some kind of mistake?
Yes, it's for you. Just take it.
Is this for real? Someone is actually giving me a gift. Not for my parents, but for me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's not much. I just want to ask you something.
I knew it. What's on your mind? Are you trying to ask about my father or my mother?
А кто ты вообще, собственно, такой?
Neither. I just wanted to know if you've ever heard about death in the dreamscape.
Oh, you sound just like my father. Always warning me about danger, even in dreams. He's an Intellitron, so his dream entry methods are different from us organics. Can't count on him to protect me if something does go haywire. Funny, right now I'm still under his protection. How ironic.
Hey,
Его
stay
усыновили,
positive.
что ли?
Gold will always shine one day, right? The Devil of Soulglad, Dangers in the Dream, and Nightmare Ghosts. Well, surely death is a popular topic in this sweet dream granted by the family. Well, I've collected a bunch of rumors, but no useful clues. The gems in my bag are running low. Well, let's see if my last lucky...
Remember what I said. You Sigonians are better off hiding in the sewers.
Искорка, привет.
Look at you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere. Is the smell of death so enticing, my fine fellow?
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Не попадать под путы гармонии?
It means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again.
Это как-то Погоди.
But it's a good thing if you ask me, because...
Как она?
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out, will you reward
Так он
me
ее
with an
выманивал.
answer for my efforts?
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Back then, when you asked me to find a mute,
Ну, скорее всего, воскресенье имелся в виду.
did you really mean Robin?
And what if I say no?
Then I'll fail. Oh, the word no has never sounded so pleasing.
Well done. I admit I underestimated you. But what
Люк
difference does it
молчун.
make?
Если бы это была Зарянка,
Let me tell
то
you something.
она бы
There
имела
were
в виду,
two
что
youths,
ему надо
but
умереть.
one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only two things missing from my grasp: the meaning behind the truth and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16
Он имеет в
system
виду
Oh,
экипаж?
really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand. Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured distraction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of Penacony will go up in smoke. If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care, too.
Oh, a deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here?
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of, but it's good to hear that he's still here in Penacony. I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up, and those who couldn't speak will find their voices again. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me. Catch you later, fool.
You're still talking big. But sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my word. Just don't let me down now, okay?
So, number 35. you're back. Like your new lucky charm?
Can a commodity code really be considered a lucky charm?
Silence! I didn't give you permission to speak, you Sidonian hound. The guys in black didn't say much, so I've no idea what you did to save your skin in that massacre back in the day. But I figured you must have had good luck, so I bought you. From now on, you and your good luck are my assets. Are we clear? Your first task is simple. In addition to you, I've purchased 34 other slaves. Go and play a game with them. You came out alive after 2 days. It proves that you are the real deal.
You're insane.
Testing out if you're a good product.
Aren't you worried that the money you spent on me will go to waste?
I've got stacks on stacks, Blondie. The slave market is never short of self-righteous brats like you. But you look good, and that's why many customers are betting their fortunes on a scrawny brat like you. So go along now and don't let your master down.
How much did you spend?
What?
My price. How much did you pay for me?
Huh. You really want to know? Well, it was 60 tanba. No more, no less.
I'll take my chances. 30 tanba. If I come back alive, you'll give me 30 tanba. Deal?
Are you trying to strike a bet with me? Oh, you've got some guts.
Ведь нету никакой гарантии, что он действительно даст тебе.
Don't forget your place, slave. You're not qualified to be at the table. You're just a chip, a life thrown away in someone else's hands. Either you come back with more chips for your master, or you never come back. It's all or nothing. Don't embarrass me, my lucky hound.
Элемент хаоса в виде искорки выглядит неплохо.
What brings you here, Gallagher?
Some friends from the old days. Do you have a moment to spare, Siobhan?
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dream Jolt Hostelry. This bar offers a wide variety of drinks, but we draw the line at Soulglad. Why settle for ordinary?
Дизайн отличается от других.
Extraordinary. We're dedicated to serving up nothing but pure joy and laughter. What would you like to drink? I'll whip it up for you.
Oh, look! A lady as cool as Serval!
Who's Serval? Will you, introduce me to her? Huh?
Вряд ли.
Oops. She's heard us.
Just spare them, my esteemed bartender. I'll take over the bar today. I'm getting up there in age, and I need some practice before I forget the skills that used to put food on my table. Where did you stash the ingredients?
Он раньше
All
работал
under the
в баре.
counter. Since our guests have traveled from afar, shouldn't you whip up some special drinks?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Hey, my friends, do me a favor. Go around the bar and bring me any ingredients you fancy. The discussion might take quite some time, so I'll prepare some customized, non-alcoholic drinks for you.
In the bar? ingredients right there on the counter?
Why, we're in a dream, my lovely lady. You can help yourself to anything if you wish for it. Comfort, hunger, confusion, or even boredom. It's all within reach, right at your fingertips.
Вытягивание эмоций.
Oh, did you hear that? She just called me my lovely lady.
Even in reality, mixing drinks is more than just throwing ingredients together. A bartender needs to capture the bar's atmosphere, master technique, and spin a tale of mystery and anticipation.
Only then can a perfect drink crafted with a customer's life story be created.
In other words, what you get from your drink is down to luck, so don't overthink it. Indecisiveness has no place when it comes to enjoyment.
Сколько большая эта локация? А. Ха. А я ведь до сюда не доходил. Кстати, баг тут находился. Интересно. Сюда можно было только в этом патче, получается, добраться.
No surprise there.
Оу. Это лифт? А подземный этаж? Один какой-то кубик я где-то не нашел. А эта дверь была открытой в прошлом патче? Вообще тут еще вот дверь есть. И там что-то есть, судя по всему. А с обоих сторон банкетный. Ну ладно.
drinks? Oh, and there's a note underneath. Oh, what should we exchange for it? And who should... Whoa! Happiness belongs to the noble. Does this mean we can take...
О, химика. Значит, где-то тут Март? А, нет. Март же с нами ходит.
Hey, look at all these chips.
A few days ago, an actor from the Iris family came. Caused a ruckus with Siobhan. That's a clever metaphor.
That being said, opening a bar in this place, filled with monsters?
You'll have to ask her yourself to find out. But I have a feeling she won't budge unless you...
Рецепт. С тобой что? А, тебя просто решить.
We can use it.
Check out this bottle. The liquid inside looks beautiful. Half an amber era. Drinking. That's true.
Did you find the bottle of syrup I've been hoarding? Don't worry, it's all just a dream and it won't upset your stomach. It's been aging for years and should have a refined taste by now. Feel free.
Then... that's quite a stash. Not sure
Не,
if
я
it's enough.
сначала хочу дойти
Stay out of my
кубики.
way. I'm looking for Siobhan.
Uh-huh? What's all the commotion about?
Так.
It's so glad. Let's give it a shake. Yeah, perhaps. Soul Glad is a classic. Why don't they sell Soul Glad?
It's all about the bartender's pride. It wouldn't make sense for customers to come here and order drinks they can find anywhere else. That's the mindset I use when I brew my coffee.
В этом есть смысл.
You're right, Himeko.
А, с ней нельзя поговорить. Жаль.
Haven't I made myself clear enough, Miss Amiki? The Dream Jolt hostelry only welcomes guests who want to enjoy a drink to their heart's content. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in your proposal.
Такое чувство, что она будет игровым персонажем. Еще этот нимб над головой.
You'll attract a huge audience. You're destined for the Iris' stage, not for this rundown shack. Come with me. We'll become the talk of Penacony, a shining light into every corner of the dreamscape. Please, Siobhan, I really need you.
As you see, I'm entertaining my guests. Don't make me repeat myself.
Fine. If you don't come along, I'll just sit here and not go anywhere
В порядке очереди.
Give me a sparkling.
Just one moment.
What's her deal? We can't discuss the case with other people hanging around the bar.
Hey, can you do that clockwork trick of yours again? Time is running out. We need to hurry.
Yeah, I'm...
Сначала кубики хочу. Кстати, и птичек надо пособирать. Может быть, там еще забрать... Как там его? Мусорный бак на лестнице. Раз уж я тут. Да не, потом как-нибудь. Спасибо за бесполезный артефакт. Вот теперь можно продолжить.
You're one of Siobhan's guests, right? What can I do for you? If you're here to convince... I just don't get why she won't leave this place.
В смысле никто? У нее сейчас 3 клиента. Ну, 5, если Галхера... Не 5, а 4. Хотя и 5, если считать и Галхера, и тебя.
It's ridiculous, right? Our paths were never... I'm too timid and shy. Longing to shine, but afraid of stepping into the spotlight. I need her guidance. Because I'll never be able to do... You don't know Siobhan's past. And you have no clue how... radiant
Она
she used to be.
бывший член клана
Even
Ирисов.
among the talented Iris
Клан
family,
Ирисов
her skill
специализируется на представлениях, насколько я понимаю.
I know. She probably thinks I'm just trying to ride her fame to get it.
She's still not leaving.
I just don't get.
Следующее это Восток.
I've seen it. The moment when the crowd is going wild, applause crashing like waves, the aroma of irises fills the... I've seen that scene countless times in my dreams, and every time... Want to raise a glass?
Если ты знаешь, что мечта несбыточна, зачем? Ну хотя мечты на то и мечты.
She's still not leaving.
I just don't get... Those darn Iris jerks! They're the ones who forced Siobhan into hiding here, running this... I get it now. I can help clear the way for her. I can do her a favor. I'll go back and... Well... Talking to you has got me feeling a bit down. My thoughts are... Maybe... I should... find a place to reflect on what Siobhan... Here's the payment for the drinks.
Amaki has left? That's good for her. Radiant dreams may be enticing, but they're nothing more than dreams.
Спасибо.
Her drink is on the house. When you're ready, go to Gallagher. I can tell he's itching to show off his skills.
That being said, mixing a... So, go ahead. Explore the...
Погоди.
Go ahead, my friend.
С ней можно?
And let me
Да.
tell you, don't underestimate the bartenders of Penacony. Especially not Don't go easy on this old man.
That being said, mixing a drink is way simpler than you'd imagine. Just pick your... So, go ahead. Explore the bar. Nice work. You found some interesting ingredients there. Each drink has its own unique flavor. and the base ingredient sets the tone. The original formula is said to be Nunu's favorite drink. It's sour and bitter, and the bubbles burst in your throat like swallowing rusty chains, evoking thoughts of dungeons and prisons. Now that you've chosen the base, it's time to pick the adjunct, the ingredient that'll create a marvelous chemical reaction with the base. It should give an unforgettable taste. The taste is not very intense, yet evocative. After those despicables sent Mikhail away, I found myself lost in the wilderness of my dreams.
Михаил, опять этот
They say
Михаил?
that
Да
even
кто он
the dirt
такой?
here oozes with sweetness. All I tasted was stoic bitterness.
Mikhail.
Almost there. Let's pick a decoration. Which style do you prefer? Concentric circles. May you always remember where you started. Well, it's done. Here's to you, Trailblazer, with this glass of even the wicked. To the sad truth.
Well done, Gallagher. You're not over the hill yet.
So, are you satisfied?
Oh, the flavors! They're way more sophisticated than.
The richness and layers of these flavors are a masterpiece, especially with the adjuncts. I can taste the spicy and sour notes with
Мне вот
that
интересно, вот эти вот диалоги, они меняются в зависимости от того, что смешивается, или они одни и те же?
I'm not entirely sure what it all means. Maybe Mr. Gallagher can shed some light on it.
Well, if you're expecting a profound answer, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. The imagery it implies is pretty straightforward. It's just a glimpse of what this dream truly tastes like. Nothing more.
Does this true taste have anything to do with that, Mikhail?
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. When you got knocked out by that masked fool girl, I think I heard someone calling that name. Do you remember?
I was right about you. You guys seem to know quite a bit. And now there's no reason to hide
Какую
anything
правду?
from you anymore.
Про Михаила?
Let's dig deeper into the case. And of course, I'll tell you a story
Так,
about
давай.
All right. Let's start with what we know based on the clues the family has. It seems that Firefly isn't a local or an invited guest. In
Это
other words,
понятно.
she's a Stowe. She managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me. But here on the planet of festivities, stowaways are a common sight. You're bound to run into one sooner or later. After the incident, the hounds wasted no time searching for that girl in both the dreamscape and reality. But here's the thing. We only received bad news, and the trickiest kind at that. She simply vanished, leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality, as if she had never come to Penacony at all.
Huh? Does the...
Different? Are you suggesting that girl wasn't actually killed? Come on, aren't you a witness in this case? Let me be frank. This case, actually, is unlike anything the Bloodhound family has dealt with before.
Dealt with before, so death does happen in Penacony, if I understand correctly.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. We're all adults here. Surely I don't need to explain too much to you. Confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. Death may occur in sweet dreams. So what? Such events are highly unlikely and only affect a tiny number of people. if you really want to delve deeper into this case, you need to understand the true problem with the family.
I guess it's time to tell the story of that Mikhail.
Михаил — это тот самый часовщик?
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received that music box too, right? Do you know the secrets it holds?
There's a message. Witness the impossible in the realm of dreams. Find the legacy of the Watchmaker, father of Penacony, and thus the answer.
That's the exact wording.
Hey, why are you laughing? Wait, did you write it? It's quite poetic.
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case. How could I not know? I'm sure you must have noticed that this message didn't come from the family. You might have even guessed that the relationship between the family and the Watchmaker isn't as close as it seems.
That's just our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that the father of Penacony and its actual managers are at odds.
Now I can assure you that your speculation is absolutely correct. The family has considered the Watchmaker an enemy for a long time, but the hounds haven't been able to track him down, as he seems to be living only in the characters and stories he created.
Это может быть как-то связано с существами, которые видят только некоторые посетители грез.
Inviting you here and causing chaos?
So, you want to seize this opportunity to expose the Watchmaker?
Well, now you understand why the Oak family authorized the Nameless to assist in the investigation, but kept you in the dark, right? Because the Watchmaker is not the legend of the land of the dreams at all. He's the most shameful stain in the history of mankind, and he's the root cause of all the anomalies in the dreamscape.
Как я понимаю.
You don't get it? Well, I mean...
Нет, типа Михаил — это и есть часовщик.
The betrayer of the family, he's the Watchmaker. Here we are, Clock Studios Theme Park, the most popular entertainment center in Penacony.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be discussing the Watchmaker? I would have expected you to take us to maybe a library or an archive room of sorts, but an amusement park?
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way. To you, it's a fun place, but to me, it's a prison for the planet's past. You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right? All the prisoners were brought here, helping the Garden of Recollection salvage the leaking memoria from the macrovoid. The prolonged exposure to high concentrations of memoria caused a unique phenomenon. The dreams of countless prisoners intersected and overlapped, and people started meeting each other in their dreams, living lives that were almost identical to reality.
То есть грезы — это побочный эффект?
Dreams are no exception. In the end, the dream world was unable to alleviate the suffering of prisoners in reality. One of the prisoners broke free from IPC's shackles and fought for freedom. He is Hanu, the great leader of Dreamville, the great peacemaker, and the faithful companion of the underdogs. History is always written by the winners. However, it's undeniable that Clocky is an animation that draws from Penacony's actual history. These characters not only exist in Dreamville, but also in the distant past. Once you realize this, you'll understand why we're here.
There are so many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown order, supposedly from Sunday himself. Who knows what it's for?
Investing we met before?
А, я даже не заметил, я просто хотел посмотреть, можно ли крутить вот этот игровой автомат. Видимо, нет.
So many of them. I've never seen anything like this, even when they're tracking down suspects. We don't need to go in. We don't want to draw any unwanted attention inside. We can just talk here. Let's find a quiet spot and continue our conversation. The view here is great, right? We can see everything from here, including Clocky.
If all the characters in the animation are based on characters in reality, then Clocky's counterpart is definitely the Watchmaker. In the animation, he's Hanu's partner and one of the founders of Dreamville. Does that mean the Watchmaker was personally involved in that war and sided with Astana?
It was a monumental war for freedom. Hanunu fought alongside a motley crew of masked fools, nameless, history fictionologists, mourning actors, omen vanguards, even visitors from beyond the sky. In the end, they emerged victorious. Among them was the person who would eventually be known as the Watchmaker.
But if you do the math, doesn't that mean the Watchmaker was around for several centuries?
I'm not sure, but Mikhail was already the Watchmaker when I met him, so maybe he inherited the title.
How old are you now, Mr. Officer?
I'm 13.
No way. Not even close.
Hanunu freed the frontier prison, but peace still eluded him. With limited resources, threats from the outside world, and internal conflicts between major prison districts, the future of Astana was uncertain. It wasn't until the Watchmaker approached the family with the idea of turning the prison into the planet of festivities that Penacony finally gained its name and glory.
Thus, he became known as the Father of Penacony.
But didn't you say the Watchmaker betrayed the family? And you said you were his companion, so that means you...
No, I'm not his companion, but rather one of his many children. But I am indeed a traitor. Not to the family, but to Mikhail.
What did you do?
I did nothing. And that's the worst betrayal of all. Just like you, I had close companions. We dedicated ourselves to Penacony. But the Oak family, they set us up. Mikhail was too old to protect his children anymore. So we left the family to find our own path. We were branded traitors of the Harmony, even though the true traitors were someone else. While they continue to praise the Watchmaker's name in the world, behind closed doors, they condemn him on a pillar of shame. Nevertheless, we wanted to clear his name. We intended to find the real traitor, the one responsible for all this, and restore harmony to Penacony. But we failed. Too much time had passed, and the land of the dreams had become deeply corrupted. After countless fruitless pursuits, I gave up. Like a lost
А как же никогда не сдаваться?
The family accepted me and made me an officer, supposedly as a form of forgiveness. But it was actually a punishment. Since then, I've been completely cut off from my partners and my past. As for Mikhail, I heard he died in obscurity, in a place where no one could find him. That's when I realized that the Penacony I once knew would never return.
We're truly sorry for what happened. But this is not the end of the story, right?
Apparently, someone has inherited the title of the Watchmaker and has been secretly working against the family all this time. Well, that's one way to look at it. However, only one member has truly inherited the Watchmaker's title. Unfortunately, after all these years, I have no idea who that person is, or if they're even real. Or just Mikhail's lost soul haunting the dreams.
Каким образом он предал-то? Что он
You
сделал?
understand why I'm spilling all this info? Because I believe the girl's death must be connected to the Watchmaker's legacy. And at the end of all these mysteries, we will find the answers we are seeking. If it really is Mikhail's ghost, I want to meet him. If only for the last time. For those who despise me could form a line from here all the way to the entrance of the hotel. Those willing to look me in the eye and hear me out? Let's just say, there won't be many. I've told you all I know is a sign of gratitude. Thank you for listening to this old dog.
Брехло старого пса. Тебе ж, по твоим словам, 13.
Now if you'll excuse me, good luck to all of you. How ironic. What's so different between the stowaways projected by Penacony today and the dream seekers once hailed as pioneers several amber eras ago?
Gallagher does have a troubled past, it seems.
While Firefly's whereabouts remain a mystery, his stories shed light on our suspicions about the true identity of the Watchmaker, his connection to the family, and the power struggles hidden behind sweet dreams and death. Exactly. Gallagher suggests that the real traitor is someone else. Probably within
Из
the Oak
клана
family.
Дуба. Воскресенье, типа?
That lines up with what we've gathered so far. Firefly got involved in this mess because of the legacy, and now we're sure that Aventurine's accusations against Acheron are baseless.
You're really into Clocky, huh? He's just a fictional character, not a real person.
Speaking of which,
Является ли выдуманный персонаж, основанный на реальности, в действительности
it's a
выдуманным?
shame we've never met him since then.
Простите за тавтологию.
Now that we've confirmed a lot of our suspicions, let's take a moment to think about the clues we have. Send a message to Welt and see how things are going on his end.
Захерон.
Are your companions worried about you?
They're just checking up on me. Let's get in and get out. Seems they've made some progress. Looks like we're about to enter the depths of Dewlight Pavilion.
It's been a smooth ride. Almost too smooth for a heavily guarded mansion.
Значит, он ждет вас.
Let's see if there's anyone waiting to greet us.
Так, я хочу посмотреть, как это выглядит. А, точно. Это здесь надо смотреть. Мгм. После того, как закончим с Ахерон, к Авантюрину вернемся. Блин, мне очень нравится вот это, то, что они тут сделали. Переключение между событиями и игра за разных персонажей. Ну ладно. Пока что Получается, за 4 часа, что слушание диалогов появились некоторые ответы на вопросы из первой сюжетки, но и также появляются... Стоп. Нет, да, все нормально, я сказал. Появились некоторые вопросы новые из-за новой информации, соответственно. Посмотрим, как сюжет будет дальше разворачиваться. Как-нибудь вот так. Да, на этом и закончим, пожалуй. На следующей неделе я буду грабить баннер, буду получать себе Ахерон, буду получать себе Лочу, буду получать себе гарантированного персонажа. Посмотрим. Скорее всего, буду выбирать между Броней и Гепардом. Бонусы, соответственно. Спасибо за просмотр, ставьте лайки, переходите по ссылкам в описании. Всем пока.